guess that helps. Okay. Well, good morning. I'm Greg Adeline alongside meteorologist Sandra Brogan here in the WIS newsroom on this Sunday morning. Thank you so much for joining us no matter where you are this morning. Hopefully you are somewhere safe and somewhere warm because it is absolutely bone-chilling, freezing outside. Overnight, temperatures approached really close to zero in some spots.
Yeah, those wind chills are really low. And, that's why we have that extreme cold warning that's continuing at least, till 10 a.m. So, because those wind chills, those feels like temperatures will be down to around zero. We have single-digit wind chills right now.
Yeah, it is pretty intense. We do have sunshine outside,
yeah,
thank goodness.
That's nice to see.
That will warm things up just a little bit. But overnight, we had obviously a pretty impressive snowfall in some areas. And Sandra, the snow piled up in a few areas, outlying areas. Here in Columbia, we got a couple of inches, but still some people will be digging out from under a couple more.
Yeah, a lot of the Midlands did pick up several inches. And so, this is a list of some more towns and cities that, saw, quite a bit of snowfall for us here in South Carolina. So, again, it was interesting to see how the amounts varied across the counties themselves. And even just Columbia alone, I've seen reports anywhere from an inch to 4 inches. So, it did vary, even across town in terms of those snowfall reports. But, Lugoff reporting 5 inches of that snowfall, Winsboro 4.5 inches, Mulberry reporting 3.4, so close to 3.5 inches of that rainfall. And one report in Columbia, 3.1. Now, out at the Columbia Metro Airport before midnight, they reached a record daily snowfall amount of 1.5 inches, but, they saw snow after midnight. So again, even more snow in that area. But, again, varying in amounts across many of our counties. But 3 inches in Lexington, Camden, a little more than 2.5. Also St. Matthews, a little more than 2.5. And Somerton in Calhoun County picking up 2.5 inches of that snowfall. So, a lot of snow for all the kids to enjoy. As we saw yesterday, you could still make a snowman with it. So just make sure those kids are bundled up as they're headed outside, because we have this extreme cold warning in place for a reason. This extreme cold warning is in place through 10 a.m. We've got these single-digit wind chills. That's what you need to know as you're stepping outside, that's how cold it is going to feel to exposed skin. So that's why you need to limit any exposed skin out there. And a winter storm warning, I want to say, has been canceled for the area. But obviously, we still have slick roads out there. That is a big concern. If you don't have to be anywhere, just stay off those roads.
Yeah, the roads are the primary concern this morning because there are many that are impassable, especially in Lexington County. Over 50 road closures reported this morning. We just heard that Old Lexington Highway and Wessinger, which is out near Chapin, is closed down. We don't know if this is the intersection or those two roads in particular, but some of these areas that received a lot of snowfall, obviously there's no snow melt, and so the roads just aren't able to be traveled easily on this Sunday morning. Now, no matter where you are joining us from, if you're joining us on your device, we also want to let you know that you can join us on your big smart TV as well. You can download our app and you can play it on Roku, and it is available for free on Roku. And so you can sit down in the warmth of your home, have the fireplace going, and tune in to all of these live updates that we're bringing to you digitally in between our regular newscasts. So thank you so much for joining us throughout this entire process. And this morning, Sandra, not only are we watching these roads, we've been saying it pretty much from the beginning. If you don't have to be out, probably a good idea to just stay off the roads, at least until we see some of this snow melt and some of this ice melt, which will probably be happening a little bit later on today.
Yeah, and a lot of the secondary roads, are still snow covered. Some of the on-ramps and off-ramps I've been seeing on some of the DOT cameras still snow covered. So, so it's, travel is hazardous right now. Now, we will see some snow melting, I think, for later this afternoon. We are going to see those temperatures warming into the mid-30s, so just just a little bit above freezing. But right now we are 10 degrees below freezing at this time, 22 degrees in Columbia. But we still have a bit of a wind out there. Winds out of northwest at 12 miles per hour, making it feel like it's 10 degrees right now. But we'll still have that chance for some single-digit wind chills. But we're slowly going to work into that direction where, later this afternoon, those temperatures in the mid-30s will actually feel more like they're in the 20s. So, again, it is just going to be brutally cold for today. But thankfully, we have that sunshine in place that will help to melt some of that snow. But unfortunately, that snow melt will refreeze as we get into later tonight and into tomorrow morning. So we're talking about icy spots once again on those roads, sidewalks, parking lots. Don't forget about that as well. But we are going to see more of that snow melting, I think, for Monday afternoon, because that's when we should make it into the 40s.
Okay.
And, we've got sunny skies back in the forecast again tomorrow. And so we'll see more of that snow melting for Monday afternoon. But of course, that sets us up for Tuesday morning, areas of black ice. So, there's going to be some tricky travels, for the next few days.
No doubt about that. And as a result, there are likely just a ton of closures. We know that many Sunday services have been canceled for this morning. Some churches going virtual. You're able to log on and catch a worship service there. But otherwise, chances are your church is not operating on a morning like this, with temperatures being where they are. And of course, all of that snow with no place to go quite yet. So, and then of course, there are other closures. Last night, driving through city of Columbia, basically every restaurant, for the most part, was totally shut down. It was almost like a ghost town in some ways, although people were out and about kind of enjoying the evening in some ways, walking around and just taking in the sights. But in terms of businesses, getting employees into work is a really tall task. And so, a lot of restaurants or even grocery stores were shut down last night. And I imagine many are closed even this morning and will be opening up a little bit later on today.
Yeah, I think we will see some improvements in the road conditions later today, but there's still going to be slick spots.
Yeah.
And, and a lot of the secondary roads, if the Department of Transportation doesn't even get to them, still snow cover. But some of that snow may melt, but that just, creates other problems in terms of ice developing for later tonight, because we'll drop down into the, middle teens again tonight.
Yeah, so there could be that refreezing. As a result, a lot of school delays and closures for tomorrow. We have those all posted on WISTV.com. Many of the school districts going to e-learning. We know that Lexington 3 yesterday announced that they would join the lengthening list of school districts that go to e-learning. And so a lot of students will be home tomorrow just kind of learning virtually as the remnant effects of this winter storm are continuing to be felt. But it's quite likely that Tuesday classes will probably resume to normal schedule. Although, again, keep it tuned to WIS, because we'll have all of those updates and closures posted for you so that you know for sure what's happening with your school district.
There could be a delay, even Tuesday morning, just because of that threat for ice in the morning. So again, it does appear as though, that snow melt turn into ice will be an issue for tomorrow morning and also for Tuesday morning as well. So we may extend that first alert weather day into Tuesday morning for that potential. But right now we have first alert weather day continuing through today and also into Monday morning.
Okay, and the good news about all of this is that we don't expect any additional precipitation. We are clear pretty much from now for the next couple of days.
Yeah, we don't have any precipitation of any kind until Wednesday, and that is going to be rain. And we have temperatures Wednesday that will be into the 50s. So there's your 10-day forecast. So, again, today will be a little bit above freezing, may see some of that snow melting, especially with the sunshine, but with temperatures back down to the teens again for tonight, that's likely going to refreeze. And then tomorrow we'll see more of that snow melting with those temperatures into the 40s. Again, sunny skies, and then of course, that snow melting, will lead to refreezing to ice again Tuesday morning. But Tuesday afternoon, we've got 50s, and that's going to be the case looking ahead to Wednesday as well. So we're just talking about rain for Wednesday. So we're getting a little bit of everything in our 10-day forecast.
Sandra, I will say, the 50s never looked so good.
I know. Everybody will be in their shorts by the time Tuesday rolls around.
That's right. That's right. Wow. But really, the main takeaway for this morning is if you don't have to be out,
Right.
don't even chance it. It's not really worth it. In the meantime, we have our crews who are monitoring road conditions, including our Lena Allen, who is out taking a look at what the roads look like this morning. Let's take a look at what she found.
Good morning. I'm floating around the downtown Columbia area here on Elmwood Avenue, and you see this gas station behind me. It is actually open. Some travelers have stopped to get some gas, but we also see some extra patrols out here with the City of Columbia Police. I spoke to the police officer just a minute ago, and he says their main job today is to put extra eyes on the road as they do anticipate more icy conditions going forward. While the sun is out now and it is melting the ice, they are expecting it to freeze back over. And as you can see with the roadway, they have treated this area as well. You've got a lot of slush happening over here. Mixed in with the snow. You've got some sand and still some people traveling from off of the interstate there, but the message still remains the same. Stay off the roadway if you can. They can't say it enough. They want everybody to stay safe. So if you can stay home, definitely stay home. But if you can't, please be cautious. There are still a lot of slippery areas, not only through the city areas, but also going on the interstate. And we'll continue to patrol different areas to bring you more coverage. Sending it back to you all.
All right, Lena, thanks so much for that. And obviously, big round of applause for Lena Allen and her photog this morning, Jacob, being out there in the elements. And of course, to all of our crews who have worked so hard through the weekend to provide coverage for all of us. And we appreciate that. And, you know, braving these elements, not the easiest thing to do,
Right.
but you got a really good sense in her live shot of what we're dealing with when it comes to those roadways.
Yeah.
They can be wet and they could possibly refreeze.
Yeah, you know, seeing all that slush on, you know, on the roads, I'm just thinking that's going to be ice, you know, tomorrow morning. And then also sidewalks, you know, we're likely going to have ice on the sidewalks and parking lots. And so you just be very careful where you step
Yes.
tomorrow morning.
Always very important. We've said it once, and you know we'll say it again. You might want to practice walking like a penguin, you know,
Right.
because
Have
just
some
in
good
case.
traction on those shoes,
That's
too.
right. No long strides. You know, you might end up regretting
Yeah,
that.
don't be in a hurry across the parking lot.
That's
yeah.
right. And, you know, and sometimes, too, even stepping outside your front door, if you have steps,
Right.
you know, they're likely going to be icy on a morning like
So
this.
be very careful,
Be
yeah.
very careful. The roadways, though, should be improving again throughout the day. And, again, the good news in all of this, Sandra, like you say, we will be warming up before too long. Now, okay, we have some comments here. Thank you for all who are watching. This is Dakota. She says, happy Sunday. What's been your favorite part of covering the snow for so many of us? Sandra, why don't we start with you on that? What's been your favorite part?
I think I liked when the snow started, seeing those flakes in a lot of our live shots. Remember yesterday, you know, Derek Rush was out in Newberry, and we were starting to see those big fluffy flakes coming down. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I would probably have to agree. As soon as you started to see the snow really
Like
start
everybody starts
flying
to
here
smile.
in Columbia, because it is surreal. It's something that we don't necessarily see all the time. We've only had a handful of snowfalls in the past couple of years, and certainly nothing quite to this degree in terms of the accumulating snow on roadways and covering the grass and whatnot. So it's definitely exciting.
Yeah, we had a couple of inches back in 2022, but you know, this time around we're talking about 3 and 4 and 5 for a lot of us.
Yeah, I would say probably my favorite part of covering all this was seeing Lena Allen taking the sled down with the USC students. I think she was enjoying it just as much as they were. Okay, and we got Melissa Dixon. She says, when I was out clearing some of the powder snow, underneath on the ground was hard, icy patches. So yes, please be careful. I'm certain that that's the case pretty much throughout the viewing area. A very similar situation for anybody who's heading out, because that ice, it has definitely hardened underneath.
Yeah,
so be careful.
yeah, the snow, because it snowed all day yesterday. So some of the snow from earlier in the day compacted, and then you had some of the, you know, fresher snow on top of it, so it can be a bit deceiving. So just know that it can be, you know, some ice underneath, you know, that powdery snow.
Yeah, well, listen, we appreciate everyone who's been tuning in and weighing in. We appreciate all of those comments that have come in on our Facebook page. You know, we certainly love interacting with you, finding out what situations you're encountering and what things are like in your backyard. And, you know, we've even gotten some fantastic pictures. Look at this guy. Looks like he's totally suited up, ready for the winter. You got to love that camo and a Carhartt. Man, oh man, that keeps you nice and warm. Oh man, yeah, you got.
She's got some follow through.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, you got to throw the fastball to Dad. You know, if he's not ready for it, then hey, that's on him. So they're having a blast.
He's not ready for
That's
it.
right. That's right. And beautiful photo
that's so
here.
cute.
All these
look how
kids
happy.
just
Look at that
enjoying
smile.
it. Look at that.
Oh.
Why not kayak?
I started to say, is that a kayak?
Sure.
That's a great
He's
sled.
got the right jacket too for all of this. That fur lined.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Got
the
the
way to do
gloves.
it. Yeah, he's ready for action, looking good. And then, wow, beautiful backyard
yeah, it's
scene.
pretty.
Man, when that snow melts, maybe they can invite us over for a barbecue.
I
It's looking
know.
fantastic out there.
Have the whole WIS team out there. Just enough room.
Looking good, looking good. But we appreciate all of those photos. And let us know how things are looking out where you are. And as you're traveling out and about, hopefully you're not this morning, but once it warms up a little bit and, you know, perhaps you need to get out, get some groceries or something like that before too long, at least within the next day or so, you know, just know that there might be a couple of icy spots. And take it slow, take it carefully.
Yeah, today, you know, definitely slick out there. We still have snow-covered roads, you know, especially neighborhood roads. You know, road conditions, I would say, will be up and down over the next couple of days.
Yeah, all right. But again, eventually, this will all melt.
We've got 50s. Yeah.
Soon enough, it's coming our way. But again, we appreciate you joining us. We will have live updates throughout the day. And again, you don't have to necessarily watch on your phone or your tablet. You can always watch us on the big screen. We have an app that on Roku where you can put it on your smart TV at home, and you can sit and enjoy from the comfort of your living room, your
it's
couch,
free.
your recliner. Yeah, absolutely. Totally free. And we're glad to be here for you throughout this entire event. And in fact, we will be live on WIS at 10 o'clock for a full newscast giving you a look at conditions and updates and, of course, the latest in your First Alert forecast. But for now, make sure you keep it tuned to WIS, both on air and online at WISTV.com and all of our digital platforms. Have a great